What's going on, guys? It's Vid. Welcome back to the channel. I'm currently at the airport right now, and in today's video I'm going to be talking all about airport lounges. Now, these have become very popular over the past few years, especially with everyone on TikTok talking about credit cards and maximizing your points, as well as all the different cards that get you lounge access. So in today's video, we're going to compare credit card lounges, priority pass lounges, and airline lounges to help you guys decide whether it's really worth going to them or whether you're better off just waiting at the gate or just getting to the airport right before your flight. So without further ado, let's get started. The first type of lounge we're going to be talking about is the credit card lounges. Now, access to these is pretty straightforward. You just need a credit card that gives you access to one of these lounges. Popular ones include the Platinum card from American Express, the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, as well as the Capital One Venture X card, and each of these provides lounge access to their respective lounge networks. They also include access to a system called Priority Pass, which we will talk about later, but now it's time to talk about those credit card lounges. The credit card lounge that I'm going to be checking out is the Amex Centurion Lounge. Now, in order to access this lounge, you need either the Amex Platinum or the Amex Black card if you want to access it regardless of what airline you're flying. However, Amex Delta Reserve card holders can only access the Centurion Lounge when you're flying Delta. You can't access the lounge more than 3 hours before the first departure. However, if you're on a layover, you can access it for however many hours you want. You also need a same-day boarding pass, and in order to access the Centurion Lounge, don't forget your physical credit card. The first thing we see when we get into the lounge is the large Centurion logo, the namesake of this lounge, and you're also going to see lots of Amex-related merch throughout, like this piece of art right here, and the two other Amex card designs. I've had both of these at some points, and we're also going to see wood being used extensively throughout the lounge, and I actually like this a lot. Most seats are going to be pretty comfy, and there's also plenty of outlets regardless of whether you're at a desk or by the window, which is where I decided to sit, and you also have good tarmac views from most of the seats too. You can even see the Charlotte Uptown skyline from a distance. In terms of the food options, I've been to this lounge many times, and the hot food options are always very impressive. There's also a lot of good cold food items too. I took some from both, and overall, I was pretty impressed. Now, when it comes to drinks, there's lots of good hot coffees and teas, and also some cold brew, and we also have a full-service bar. There's also these seats that are meant for you to get more work done with a bit more privacy. The Wi-Fi is generally fast, and for even more privacy, you can use one of the phone rooms, and there's even one exclusive to those who have the Amex Black card. To summarize my experience with the Amex Centurion Lounge, I think that overall I've had a great experience this time, and I've always had a good experience with the Amex Centurion Lounges. Now, overall, I thought the food was really good, the drinks were really good, and there was plenty of good amenities, and I had no issue getting work done, and I had no issue relaxing as well. The next lounge we're checking out is the Chase Sapphire Lounge at the Philly airport. Now, this one is both a priority pass and a credit card lounge, and if you're arriving on a flight from American at Philly, this is going to be a pretty long walk as it's far away from those American terminals, and you're going to know that you're nearby when you see the increasing amount of ads for Chase Sapphire Reserve cards. To access a Priority Pass lounge, all you need is a valid Priority Pass membership, which you can get with most premium travel credit cards out there nowadays. Now, specifically for the Chase Lounge, you need one of the three cards, either the JP Morgan Reserve, Ritz-Carlton card, or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and you need to activate Priority Pass too. Priority Pass members also get one free visit if you're not using a Chase card, and all visits are capped to the 3 hours before limit, whether you're coming from a layover or if this is your first flight. With the Chase Lounge, this standout feature, in my opinion, is this arcade room with lots of arcade machines and large TVs that play some sports, and there's also some Philly sports memorabilia here too. I spent most of my time here as this is a perfect place to unwind, especially if you get anxious when you're flying. And in terms of the coffee options, the selection is pretty impressive, and I love how the drinks on tap are set up, and this easily beats the Amex Lounge in terms of presentation. The snacks are also well presented, and in terms of the buffet food options, all of the food here looks really good. The presentation is really good too, and I think this is better than the Amex Lounge in terms of both that presentation and in terms of the variety of options. I went super light only because they're going to be serving dinner on my next flight, and Chase did a really good job with decorating. One thing that stood out to me is the amount of plants they put here, and once again, you're going to find comfy seats everywhere with good views of the tarmac, and one thing that I really like is that you can order food straight to your seats by scanning the QR code. There's a shower suite, which is perfect for refreshing before your next flight. The Amex Lounge had this too, but I didn't use it, and there's phone rooms available just like the Amex Lounge too. Just like the Amex Lounge, the Chase Lounge also did have a full-service bar, and most of the drinks on the menu can be made with or without alcohol to your liking. After using the Chase Sapphire Lounge in the Philadelphia airport, here's what I think about it. I think this lounge is phenomenal. I loved the amenities here, the staff were all very friendly, and the food was really good too. Now, in terms of Priority Pass lounges, this is definitely one of the better Priority Pass lounges out there, and not all of the Priority Pass lounges out there are going to be as good as this one. However, I still think that Priority Pass lounges are a good option too, but credit card lounges are definitely the better option compared to Priority Pass lounges. On my most recent trip to Europe, I did check out another Priority Pass lounge, and these are overall good lounges. However, they're mainly functional and not really known for the amenities. You'll find good seating options, and the food can be hit or miss. This particular one had really good food and really good drinks too. In terms of accessing an airline lounge, this is pretty straightforward for the most part. If you have status with the airline, or you're flying either first class or business class on an international flight, you should be good to go. There are some airline credit cards that also allow you to access these specific airline lounges, and having status with an airline is also another way that you can access them. The first airline lounge that I checked out was Amsterdam's Star Alliance Lounge. Now at this point, I've explained enough about these lounges, so I'm not going to go too much in depth, but overall, each of these lounges and lounge types really does have its own flavor to it. The Star Alliance Lounge was very peaceful, and that kind of makes sense considering that Amsterdam is a KLM hub, and KLM is a member of SkyTeam. The options were a bit limited in terms of the food. The coffee selection was fairly decent, and this lounge does have an open bar, and overall, these options did not disappoint me. Now, I really like this lounge, and this was really a welcoming change compared to how hectic the Amex and the Chase lounges were. I also went to the Lufthansa Lounge, and I like this one better than the Star Alliance Lounge. In terms of the details, we have a big screen that shows all the departures, a big Lufthansa logo with a chrome finish, and the various time zone clocks are all analog, and they're from Breitling, which I thought was really cool. And the bathrooms have L'Occitane products, which I really like. In terms of food, there was some really good hot foods, as well as pretzels, and some good cold foods too. And there were some bottled and fountain drinks, plus an open bar, which I did not record, and I really liked the food here. Individual seating options I think are very similar to the other lounges, and they had a good coffee selection too. Overall, I've had good experiences with Lufthansa in the past, and this one did not disappoint. The answer is pretty obvious. Airport lounges are definitely worth it in my opinion. Now, in terms of personal travel, there's three main categories of travelers. There's the leisure travelers, the premium travelers, and the airline loyalists. If you're a leisure traveler, you're gonna definitely appreciate the Priority Pass lounges and the credit card lounges, and these are more than enough for comfort, food, and a relaxing space. If you don't already have a good travel credit card, I think the Capital One Venture X is definitely going to satisfy your needs, as this includes both Capital One lounge access as well as Priority Pass access. Moving on to the premium travelers, you guys value the experience of credit card lounges and also the airline lounges when you're flying first class or business class, or if you buy the day pass. And if you don't already have a credit card, you guys will definitely appreciate the Amex Platinum's benefits or the Chase Sapphire Reserve's benefits. Lastly, the airline loyalists, you guys stick to the carrier lounges for quieter spaces, consistent service, and elite recognition. Many of you guys already have your airline's co-branded credit card to guarantee access and to earn more airline-specific miles. Hopefully I was able to help you guys decide whether airport lounges are worth it or not. Now, if you like this video and want to see more content in the future, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's all I got for today. I'll see you guys next time.